I cannot express this enough to you. There is no one right way to do YouTube. What matters is a strategy that you are going to use that will work best for you, your objectives, your goals, and the business that you are trying to build. In this video, I'm going to break down for you what you need to know about the difference between a search-based strategy and a browse-based strategy and help you figure out which one is the right for you. And we're going to go over a lot of different points that are going to help you navigate the solution that's going to be best for you and you alone. Hi, my name is Desiree and I'm here to make social media easy for you. We're going to be diving very deep into like SEO and search and like how these things work. But the first thing that you're going to need to have in place, no matter what it is that you're doing, is you're going to need to have a good content plan. A content plan is the foundation of anything that you are going to do. So once you understand what your strategy is, you need to figure out like, what am I going to post? When am I going to do it? What are my goals? How do I repurpose this? All of those things. And I have a free planning worksheet that's going to be really helpful for you that you can grab in the description down below. So what is a search-based strategy and what is a browse suggested home feed based strategy? These are two things that a lot of people have been talking about. I have a very unique perspective about this because I use YouTube as a part of my business. Like I do not have a business because of YouTube. YouTube supports my business. I am a service provider. My agency, All in One Social Media, puts military spouses to work as social media managers while offering full online management services for brands and businesses. So like social media, online marketing, email marketing, YouTube management, all of the things. And in order for me to get leads to my business, I've used YouTube as a way to do that. I have positioned myself as an expert in the space here on YouTube, and I do public speaking. I go to events. I locally network. I do all kinds of things that bring in revenue for my business. And it all starts for me based on a search-based strategy. People have come to my YouTube channel because I'm solving problems for them that they have about social media. Whether it's very simple things like how to make a Facebook page or really big things like how to have a full Facebook strategy. And YouTube sits as part of a social and online marketing strategy because I truly believe that it is a very foundational piece of any online strategy. You can do everything to support your business here in this box. So you can take this video, you can repurpose it to your blog, to your email, for your social media, and so many other things, which is why I am so bullish on this. But my strategy might not be the right strategy for you. So what's the difference? A search-based strategy is based on looking something up online. How to do something. So in my case, how to make a Facebook page, how to create an Instagram page, how to do TikTok from desktop. All of those things are videos I have made on my YouTube channel that have brought me traffic. And they've brought me traffic since I started in 2017. I talk about those very high-end, top of the funnel strategies that people have. They're trying to figure out how to do stuff. And then we funnel them down through other things like the opt-in that I do where it's a freebie to give you value. The middle of the funnel is where we're going to like give them extra value. We're going to get them onto the email list. At the bottom, we're going to continue to funnel them down. So hopefully then they start doing things that are buying things, whether it's like clicking on my affiliate link in the description or calling me to be like, hey, I need help because I don't want to do this myself because it's a lot of work. Okay, so we're starting with that top of the funnel, big picture stuff. Sometimes people come to my channel to solve that one problem for them and then I never see them again. Right? And that is totally fine with me because I have helped them solve that problem. Maybe they got into my email list. Maybe they've clicked on my affiliate link. Maybe they've watched an ad and I've made a little bit of money that comes from that. That is an okay strategy for me because I am not a person trying to build a brand from being on YouTube. I'm a person that has a business that YouTube is an arm of my business that supports it. It's very different and very important to understand how and why that is different. Now, I have tried doing the other side where we go on the search-based strategy, the browse-based strategy, the home-based strategy. So let me talk about that before I talk to you about my experience and like how it funnels down to you. How a browse-based strategy works is where it's like you show up on people's suggested feed or home feed based on your viewer behavior or the person that you want to attract's viewer behavior. So this is going to be like when you're spending time on YouTube watching something specific. Like maybe you go on a binge on like how to understand autism in your kid, or should I go into the military, or trying to figure out how to do something in college, or trying to learn something new. Like I want to learn how to grow tomatoes. So now my whole YouTube feed is just filled with tomato stuff, right? That is how a browse-based strategy works. Your browse-based strategy is based on the viewer behavior of the people you are trying to target specifically. So if I'm a grower and I want to talk to people who are trying to figure out how to grow tomatoes and I have a better, new, different way of doing it, I want my videos to be suggested to people who are also trying to figure out how to grow tomatoes. Their viewer behavior is they have searched or tried to find out how to grow tomatoes. Therefore, I show up at a future option for them on the home feed of YouTube. This is the preferred way that most YouTube experts want you to grow a brand in a channel. And it works very well. There are so many people that find success with doing that, whether it's the big ones like the Mr. Beast, the Colin and Samir's, the Epic Gardener. Like, there's so many people out there that have found great success by showing up on that home browse feed because of the browser behavior and the interests that a person on YouTube and Google like are finding them. Their stuff will show up on their home feed. So, what strategy is right for you? Honestly, it's the marriage of both of them, which we'll talk about in a second, but how do I know which one is right for me and which one is right for you? Let me give you my experience of what has happened to me. In 2001, I was at the height of like a really big YouTube like surge for my channel. I was off of COVID. I was solving so many problems for people. I was doing all of this stuff. Then this thing happened, and it was where my content was getting put in front of what I thought was the wrong audience for me. Now, I had talked with a lot of my peers who were YouTube experts, and they're like, Des, you have to delete and remove these videos because that's not attracting the target audience that you want. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do that. And then from that moment, I've watched the decline of my channel. I've gone through a lot of different phases, and I've talked to so many coaches and people along the way that are like, hey, you're doing this. You should do this instead. Hey, try doing this. Be more personal. Connect with people. Get on that home feed, that browse feed. But here's the problem of what has happened to my channel. It continued to go down to the point where at like the end of 2023, it was like in a tanking position. I had never had lower views. I've never had lower subscribers. And it was a really hard hit for me. And honestly, what had happened was I lost sight of how my channel was built and how my channel had grown. When I had talked to the ultimate, the best, the pinnacle of YouTube coaches who was like, yo, I don't even know what your channel is about. I don't think YouTube does either. Because he was like, you're found for this, you show up on browse for this, and people keep coming back for this. And I'm like, okay, cool. So what I'm hearing you say is that people come to me for social media based on different things. And I tried this strategy. I tried all of these strategies and nothing worked. But I was like, Des, get back to your roots. Help people by solving problems that they have around social media. How to grow on a Facebook page, how to do an Instagram account, how to do all these individual things. So if you go to my YouTube channel right now, you'll see a lot of how-tos. You'll see a lot of tutorials on how to do things. But then I'm sprinkling in this kind of content. This is the kind of content that shows up on people's browse feed that like they would be interested in learning more about like how this piece works, how this is going to help them figure out what the right strategy for them is, whether they're like teetering on the fence about like doing this thing over here or doing this thing over there. I got it in my head. I didn't want to be the tutorial how-to girl. And I forgot you can build a brand doing that because the point of your business is to get attention to your YouTube channel, to what you do as a social media marketer, not build up this whole like Desiree Martinez thing. If I go launch a new YouTube channel, which is on my plan for 2024, about personal stuff related to me, it's not going to have anything to do with social media. All right, I have a whole plan. That's going to be a browse-based strategy where I'm going to attract people based on who I am as a person, who I am, what I'm talking about, based on their browse behaviors, the things that they like, that they're interested in. This channel exists to get leads to my agency and by solving the problems people have about social media. End of story, period. That is why I do 3 videos a week. That is why I'm focusing on tutorials. That is why I'm having some high-end video content to get attention and have some fun. But ultimately, I just need to sit down and solve the problems that you have. So that is how I know what strategy is right for me. I would say 85% SEO, 15% browse. Where do you sit? What is the right solution for you? Maybe you are in this new phase. Maybe you're in this transition phase. Maybe you're in this growth phase. Maybe you're a business trying to figure out whatever it is. My advice to you is if you are a business, if you're a business first, not an individual, if you are a business, if you're trying to use YouTube as an extension of your business, if you are trying to use YouTube as a way to get attention and to grow and get people into a funnel very specifically. You're not focused on views. You're not focused on subscribers. You're not focusing on making revenue through AdSense. You're trying to get sponsorship deals. If you're like, this exists because I need an evergreen strategy that will continue to work for me in my business, you want to start with search. You want to start with search, solve the problems that everybody has. Okay, start there. You can make it interesting. It doesn't have to be how to make a Facebook page. For me, it would probably be something like make a Facebook page in 2024, and then like the thumbnail would be like, this is amazing, or this will convert you business. Like you can make it how-to interesting. It doesn't have to be like a how-to, but you gotta start with those concept content that you can keep using for your business over and over again, and then snowball it from there. You don't want your content to get stale and boring, which is why these other pieces of content, these fun, these browser bases, these case studies, these high-end things, these are gonna be the things that you wanna throw in to do it. Now, if you're trying to build a personal brand, if you're trying to be known for something specifically that has nothing to do with the business, maybe you're trying to build a business in relation to it, like maybe you want to be an influencer, maybe you want to be a full-time creator, maybe you want to lean into something that you do specifically, like I want to be an expert about how to help your 5-year-olds conquer preschool and learn to read beforehand. Maybe you want to be something in the entertainment business, you want to be a family vlogger, you want to do grocery hauls, you want to do your couponing, all of that stuff. This personal brand situation over here. That is where the brow spray strategy is going to work for you. That's when being topical. That's when being trendy. That's when being seasonal and like knowing what's happening in the world is going to matter to you. That's when like building things out that are going to touch people's hearts and be emotionally driven. Those are the things that are going to work for you, and that's how you make them work. Both of these strategies, though, are driven by one very important activity, which is viewer behavior. Okay? Your viewer behavior is important because people, like your viewer behavior on your search-based content is going to be important because people need to watch a lot of your video. In order for YouTube to be like, yep, that's a good video, we need to put that in front of more people that are searching for this solution, right? And for this browse-based strategy, you want people watching your videos and doing the things on them, like watching the videos and sitting through the ads and all that stuff, because they're so invested in what you're saying. They're like, okay, that person really liked that content. I'm going to put more of that person's content in front of that person and find more people like that person to put her content in front of. I know that sounded a little weird, but yes, like that's how that works. All of these strategies are great and they're important and it's the top of the funnel thing, but you have to make sure that that viewer behavior is the most important thing that you are doing. So you want to hold attention. You want to make sure people are watching, make sure people are clicking, and that make sure people are interacting and going on to the next video so that you know what the right thing is for you to do. Again, I'm a business owner who uses YouTube as a way to get leads to my business. And if you want to know more about ways that you can get leads to your business, I have a video I want you to watch for you right here, where I'm going to share with you my secret hack on how I think you can do this super, super easy.